So hi everyone. So thanks for solving Pirate Hunt. We're going to get started with the wrap up now, and the solution should be up at the Hunt website already in case you're wondering how some of our puzzles worked. So first, some fast facts. This hunt is our biggest hunt yet in terms of participants. We had 454 teams that registered, and this year, for this hunt, we gave teams the ability to self-identify as a CMU team, and 50 teams did so. So it's not just um, teams outside CMU. We also had a lot of showing from CMU as well, which we are pretty happy about. And we had 1,546 participants. And of the 454 teams, 386 teams solved at least one puzzle, 155 solved at least one meta, and 120 teams finished the hunt. So we'd like to once again thank everyone for such a great showing. And one thing that we found interesting was that the final team to finish the hunt actually did so literally in the last minute. So congratulations to 2225. And now I'll hand it over to Olga to explain our pre-puzzle and the story.
Okay, thank you, Sam. So we release the pre-puzzle usually about a month before hunt in preparation, and the answer to the pre-puzzle is always the theme of our hunt. This year we released a postcard with this image on it that appeared to have stumped quite a few people. However, to solve the puzzle, you must first follow the birds in a connect dot fashion from the white to black ones, following where the birds were pointed. And because the beaks of the birds are kind of hard to see, the wings generally pointed in the same direction. And this led you to the theme of the hunt. For the story, after 2 weeks after the pre-puzzle release, we released those theme officially as Pirate Hunt. And the story was that we have a group of pirates that wish to attend PirateCon. However, what the solvers realized in the first prologue as they read it is that it's not just sea pirates, it is also some internet pirates and baseball pirates, since we are located in Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh Pirates is a large part of being in this of living in this city. For the story, the pirates realized that they have to pay for the convention because the sea pirate was not expecting the cost to be so high since all these other rogue pirates showed up. And yes, warning, there are spoilers ahead for the final meta. After solving each of the rounds of which were themed around one of the types of pirates, the pirates realized that they have to ask the convention center to ease lees, please, or please ease the lees. However, this doesn't really work. The convention does not ease the lees by a significant amount, but they have realized that the real purpose of the weekend was the puzzles they solved and the friends they made along the way. And they can look forward to PirateCon next year.
Yeah, thanks, Olga. So for this hunt, we made a few changes. The first of which is a leaderboard. So we decided to join the ranks of modern puzzle hunts by making a publicly available leaderboard. And we didn't want all the CMU teams to be discouraged by all these teams that are super good at solving puzzles. So we also had a separate opt-in leaderboard where teams can self-identify as a CMU team, and then they'll be ranked separately. And another thing we did is to make the rate limiting of answer submissions stricter. And the reason for this was that in the last hunt, I'm not going to name which team this was, but a team submitted 19 different answers, all spelled out numbers within a span of 6 minutes. And we decided we didn't want teams to do that. So now our rate limiting parameter has been increased. I hope this was not too frustrating to some teams. We tried to make sure that keep going answers did not count towards these rate limiting so that teams won't get mad just because they got the partial confirmation and then cannot submit anymore because that counted as a wrong answer. And finally, we wanted to support different modes of solving. So I know a lot of teams use a shared Google spreadsheet to solve a hunt. So to facilitate this, we copied the copy to clipboard function that was made original by teammate. And we made it so that for our puzzles that include grids, for example, our crossword, our acrostic, we can just have the teams click that button and then the grid will be copied to the spreadsheet pretty easily. And we wanted to make sure that for people who are using mobile devices to view the hunt, it still is displayed reasonably well. So we try to make responsive design one of the goals of our puzzles. And we also try to give better support for printing. So I hope if you are trying to print out some of these puzzles to solve, you didn't have too many issues with that either. And then now I'll hand it over to Eric to just explain some of our funny submissions.
Hello. So yeah, these are just a couple of funny submissions and funny moments that we saw throughout the hunt. So the first 2 minutes of submissions, we just saw opera submitted a billion times. And clearly y'all have no faith in us for to make a puzzle that's slightly harder than just taking the first letters of every word in the title. And this was just a funny little thing we saw in some team's Google Sheet. What do we do with Roy? So one team, this was near the end of the hunt. They submitted the answer and they asked, what do we do with it as a hint request? And they did correct themselves a few minutes later, but for this few moments, it was very funny when they were not submitting it. The Pirate's Gambit, this puzzle at the end of it, it said to take an Italian delicacy from a certain location. And some people decided to try to just cheese the puzzle by submitting a bunch of Italian delicacies. None of them ended up being right because the answer is an Italian-American delicacy rather than just pure Italian. And yeah, this puzzle, it was for the final meta, there's a partial. If you submit Raid I Rate Pirate, you get do it again. And so this team decided it would be a good idea to just submit Raid I Rate Pirate, like just spam it. And because, as Sam mentioned earlier, we don't like rate limit. If you get a partial and do it again, it's considered a partial. They just kept doing it until eventually they submitted V too many times. Yeah.
Yeah, and the V we assume was because they were just pressing Control V and then they forgot to press Control a few times.
Yeah. Over to Liam.
Hi, so we answered over 1,000 hint requests, which is a lot of hint requests, but hopefully it made your puzzle solving experience a little bit smoother and more fun. As you can see, the puzzle which got the most hint requests was Missing Piece, with Mootball coming in closely in second. And the meta which got the most hint requests was Ship Battle. I hope that none of these gave you too much trouble, but there we go. And without further ado, let's go ahead and announce the winning teams. Congrats to Treasure Seeking Buccaneers Inbound, who finished at 3:35 p.m., 2 hours and 25 minutes after puzzles opened, in first place. In second place, we have Whoosh Galactic Trendsetters Niao. In third, Perry the Platypus. In fourth, Pluru. In fifth, Have You Tried Fighting Like a Dairy Farmer? In sixth, Quackle. In seventh, Secret Map. In eighth, Cardinality. In ninth, Scarlet Herrings. And in 10th place, La Marauders. Congratulations to our top 10 finishing teams on blazing through the hunt. We'd also like to announce our prize winners. These are top placing CFU students. Prizes are sponsored by Jane Street. Congratulations to the students on Gel V, Low Expectations, 17th Shard, Eats Nuts and Bolts, Disc Squids and Honkarino Pogarino for finishing first among CMU students and grabbing yourself some prizes. Make sure to send us if
you should have all received an email with the prize form, so please fill that out. If you haven't received it, let us know via the Puzzle and Staff mailing list.
Yes, thank you, Sam.
Yeah, and I'd like to thank all of the staff for making this hunt possible. Thankfully, we had a little more people than we had last time, but all of us put in a lot of effort to making this hunt happen. So I'd like to thank all the staff again. And finally, if you are a CMU student, or if you will be a CMU student, you should consider joining the staff. You'll get to contribute to our next puzzle hunt, either through puzzle writing, puzzle testing, web development, or graphic design. And we'll also participate in social events such as escape rooms and outside puzzle hunts as a team. And finally, please make sure to fill out the exit survey. We actually do read the results of the exit survey, and this will help us improve our next hunt. So with that, I'm going to stop recording, and we'll have a time for Q&A.